I really appreciated the nice words that have been said today. For some crazy reason, I was reminded of a great tragedy that occurred a few years ago when a banker and his wife and an attorney and his wife and his band director and his wife were all driving on one of those dangerous northern Wisconsin roads and went off a cliff, and all six were tragically killed. As they made their way to heaven, the banker and his wife walked up to the pearly gates and said, "Sir, we'd like admission into heaven." And God looked down and said, "Well," he says, "I don't know." He says, "You've been a banker all your life. The almighty dollar has ruled your life. Money, 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 that's all you think about. How to make a fast buck. All you think about is how much money I can make." He said, "It ruined your whole soul." He said, "It's even reflected in the woman you married. You married a woman named Penny." He says, "We can't admit you into heaven." The attorney and his wife walked up, said, "We'd like to have admission into heaven." God said, "No, we can't allow that." He says, "It's a well-known fact that the fruit of the vine, drink, has been your downfall. You've had drunkenness throughout your life. It's plagued everything that you've done throughout your life. There's no way we could admit you to heaven. After all, you married a girl named Sherry." The band director looked over at his wife and said, "Come on, Fanny, let's get out of here." Basically, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to just get out of here. Not because of you, but because the last few days, the last few weeks have been very different. One of the things that was said to me by a lot of people, these were people who had been in the band maybe a couple years, in some instances had been in the band 5 or 6 years, some instances had never been in the band, and in one instance, a guy came to me and said, "Do you remember me?" And I happened to remember him. And he said, "What you don't know is that you changed my life." As a matter of fact, that was a common theme with all the people that I talked to. So many of those people said to me, you saw me have to talk to, I shouldn't say have to talk, allowed to talk to a lot of people. A lot of them said, "You changed my life." And the guy that I remember the most said, "You changed my life." He said, "You don't know it, but several years ago, I had to go in for a cure. I had substance abuse, and I went to prison for a while. I got out, married a woman that I shouldn't have married, got divorced, and found the right woman." And he said, "I wanted you to know you changed my life." That's pretty powerful to hear from somebody. That's really powerful. I don't believe it. I don't believe I changed anybody's life. I may have been a catalyst for some of you, but I didn't change it because you have too much going for you for me to have changed it. Think about your own background. First of all of you went to a well-regarded public school, either in Wisconsin or in a neighboring state. And that's a head start. That's a head start for you right away. And then a lot of you aspired to be at the University of Wisconsin. That's a head start. That's a leg up on most of the other people. And then all of you got admission to the University of Wisconsin. And that's a big start. I didn't do anything to help you do any of that. Then there's another unknown factor that all of you possess that you may not have realized you did. It gave you a leg up. That I didn't change a thing. All of you are involved with music. And whether you know it or not, that's a big leg up. I may be prejudiced, but I think that's a big leg up in what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. There's two people I know that are greatly involved with music. One of them is a man named Frank Burns. You don't know who Frank Burns is. Frank Burns was the head of the St. Mary's Medical School for years until he recently retired. Frank Burns really tells me every time I see him how much music meant to him in getting himself ready for life. Frank Burns comes to all the vacation. He's not a graduate. He went to Notre Dame. But he's a member of our alumni band. And he comes back to all the vacation games and plays because music is important to his life. It made a big impact on changing his life. The other man that I know quite well, and I doubt if any of you are old enough to remember him, his name was John Bollinger. John Bollinger at one point was the dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Wisconsin. John Bollinger was a world-class trumpet player. And he loved playing the trumpet, and he loved telling his students, his engineering students, how important it was to keep that aspect of their life going. So I didn't really change anybody's life. I just provided a vehicle for you to change it yourselves. And I'm very proud of what you've done. Frank Sinatra, there's a song he sings, regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Regrets, I've had a few. Probably not as many as Frank should have. And I can't tell you how pleased I am with everything that you've done for me. I'll tell you something some of you don't know. Phyllis was very She was very jealous of you. Phyllis was very jealous of you. For 62 years, and a whole bunch before that, she said, don't you know about anything except band? Don't you know about anything except band? And unfortunately, well, I guess maybe I did. We did have 5 kids, but... But the real answer to that is, I probably don't. I probably don't know about anything except band. She was there always to tell me about my failures and why didn't you fix that? Why didn't you make that better? But she reveled in your success. She reveled in your success. And she was very proud of you, and had a great affection for you, whether she knew you or not, because you were the band. You were the band. And that made it special. Remember how special you are. I often say at this banquet, look around. Look around right now. These are the best people you're ever going to know in your life. These are the best people you will ever know the rest of your life. And I've been fortunate to know 50 years worth of that. And it makes me very proud. Remember, there's an expectation on the part of the people who see you everywhere you perform. There's an expectation. I've told you this before. They remember you as better than you are. They remember you as better than you are. Because most people will remember the great times. I can point out the mistakes that were made at the Rose Bowl in 1994. I know what they were. I've got them embedded in my mind. I can't forget them. But they don't remember those things. They don't remember. They remember you as better than you are. So I have to tell you this, when we go to Yankee Stadium, you're going to have to be better than they thought you were. And that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I'm not done yet. I got at least one more time to go out with you on that field, and I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to it and dreading it. This may be a little bit hokey, but then I'm known for being a little bit hokey. I was reminded of a song. It's a song that was written before any of you were born. It's about a time in our country's history that was very difficult, where people thought things weren't ever going to be right again. It's during the Second World War, and London was being bombed. London was being bombed almost daily. And a woman named Vera Lynn sang a song that I'd like to recite for you because it's what I'm feeling right now. Vera Lynn wrote and sang, "We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase the gray skies all away. Please say hello to the people I know and just tell them I'll be along. They'll be happy to know that as you see me go, I'll be singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Eat a rock on Wisconsin."